A huge amount of patches have dropped on console, including Beehives, creatures to be removed off Aberration, and an ARK anniversary event is here. Well, sort of. You're right kids, it's Raslark and welcome to your regular ARK Community News. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share it around, and let's get into it. So patches dropped today, big patches for console, PlayStation and Xbox. You got all the patches today, and I'm going to go through these and explain that some things have been affected by this patch, but we'll get to that in just a minute. The big one, of course, primitive supply crates on non-Gen 2 maps have now been resolved. Hey, your drops will now not have the primitive things that they had before. They will go back to what there was. Hopefully you didn't change the coding during this time when it was all a bit wrong, but now it's been resolved. Bees are here! My videos recently related to taming, especially to the Noglin and the Shadow Mane, revolved around using bees and honey. And you need honey. It's a big thing, especially for making veggie cakes, but they're there. Beehive should now be spawning on all of your servers. Oh, and it's worth noting this patch came to client side as well as server side, so both servers and the clients, i.e. you, will have got this patch. If you're running unofficial servers, make sure to check this hasn't rolled your server back. I found out it rolled a few of mine, so just make sure that hasn't happened to you. Chitin and keratin is in the corrupted cave meat plants. You know, the things that grab you and trap you, but now the deaded version in Rockwell's Inners has the ability to give you a bit of chitin and keratin. The issue where Noglin will cause creatures to become wild has been resolved, so now you won't have any issues with some of your tamed creatures turning back into wilds. I know that was going around, a few of you told me about that one. Mesh exploits, they're going to be a thing. Sadly, people find new ways to mesh with every new map and every new feature, but something's been resolved. Obviously they're not going to share which mesh exploit that is. C4, you can't attach your C4 to canoes. Apparently people were doing that before. Not sure what advantage that would provide, but you can't do that. Cementing paste craft time reduced by 80%. 80%, that's insane. Whereby crafting paste with stone and chitin would take a long time. So much so that it seems better to farm it from beaver dams, but now it's been reduced by 80%. Although it does take a long time, but if you've got the ability to farm a lot of stone and a lot of chitin, could be a win-win for you. You can no longer kill other races in the Starwing Strike race. Starwing Strike race, from my understanding, is by far one of the hardest missions on Gen 2. So to have that removed is going to improve your opportunity to actually beat, which I tried on Gamma in my last live stream and got so close. So close. But now, if you're doing it in a team, you've got a better opportunity. Race dinos now ignore your weight. That's a good thing. Didn't even know that was a thing. Nobody needs that. Race dinos need to be pretty quick as it is within a race mission. Fixed a bug where the minigun was resetting its quality when thrown out. That kind of sucks, especially for those that found Ascendant miniguns, but the point is you can find an Ascendant minigun. What? I have yet to really go deep into all of the new weapons and tools within Gen 2. I'm still working on the creatures, There's still so much to know about the creatures, and I've got some cool things coming out. Keep an eye on this channel. Turrets will now correctly shoot a catapult. I called it again. I knew it. I knew that the jar of pitch was going to be an issue with turrets. I called this way before the map came out, and another one bites the dust. A jar of pitch bites the dust. Tech sensors resetting on server restart. Who uses tech sensors? I personally believe they are a very handy thing to use. I did a video on these quite recently, showcasing how good they really are. And it's good to see that tech sensors have been given some love. Fix the loadout dummy decay timer being too short. Not sure what the original timer was. I'm guessing it was based on a wooden structure because it is wood. Therefore, the decay timer would be really short. So perhaps they brought it in line with metal or stone. Fix some cases where the Strider could not harvest properly. That's been resolved. Some cases where the net ammo was not correctly dismounting players. Good times. Tech bow additional HUD info now correctly displays the shard cost per ammo type. That's also a good thing to do. Fix some environmental visuals, a client crash. Fish baskets no longer check for nearby enemy structures in PvE. That's a good thing to note because of course you are going to need to catch your fish. If you've not seen my video on how to trap a Shadow Mane, you need those fish baskets and you need to put them down in the water to catch those fish. If you can't do that, then you're gonna have an issue. So it's good to know that's been resolved. Tropio saddle was re-added to crafting stations. I heard about this bug that you couldn't craft a Tropio saddle. Why that happened, who knows, but that has now been resolved. Reduce the Astradelphis melee damage. Damn it. Astradelphis gonna get nerfed. Everybody's been shouting out about how OP the Astradelphis is, and kind of saw this coming. I think a lot of people did. Astradelphis homing missile shots no longer damages riders when it's targeting a tame, which kind of needs to be done because dogfights are going to be over in no time at all. Turrets will no longer attempt to target the Astradelphis homing missile, as this does not damage structures. Oh, okay. But still, I see an opportunity there whereby you could shoot homing missiles at a base's creatures repeatedly and not have any issues with turrets. Not sure about that one. Dung beetles are now available on Gen Part 2, so you can get a bit of poop. R-plant seeds have been re-added to the general mission loot reward. Fix some cases where mutagen could be fed to unintended things, damn it. So my video on feeding skiffs mutagen, I'm guessing that was one of them. More server and client crashes and stalls have been resolved, and a bug where eggs would incubate instantly. Damn. But a big one, there's new server configuration values. So you unofficials out there have some new configs to change your unofficial servers. The world buffs. You can now choose to disable the world buffs that you get from doing the Genesis Part 2 missions entirely, or you can scale the benefits so you can improve that multiplier that the mission rewards you. And you can also choose to stack those world events. So for example, if you did 2 missions that both gave a breeding boost, currently unofficial it would only use 1, but now you can choose to opt to use both of those taming buffs at the same time, which is a big deal. There also appears to have been a nerf on loot crate quality. Big shout out to Tia, who also does ARK News video. I'll leave a link to her channel in the description, and she was the one who covered this to show that the quality of the loot has been decreased on your loot crates. So it appears you're going to struggle to get ascendant quality loot in your loot crates anymore. I might have to go into this more in depth in the future and see if my original tests with these have now changed. Of course, giving you some fantastic loot. So a note on at least PlayStation 5, this new update has changed mating timers. Shout out to the ARK official Small Tribes Discord who put an announcement out about this, that apparently mating timers seem to be broken after the recent update, at least on PlayStation 5. They didn't highlight Xbox. I'm not sure what the mating timers have been changed to. I did ask a lot of people, but I haven't had any feedback yet. So I reported on this in the last news video, that of course Gen R variants were now allowed on Aberration. But the devs seem to have messed something up. Dropped the R variant ball somewhat, that foreign dinos that weren't allowed on Aberration in their vanilla form were allowed on in their R variant form. So for example, the R Allo, the Dilo, Direwolf, the Giga, and the Bronto, Thyla, Procoptodon. The big one of course being the Giga. Gigas have never been allowed on Aberration. Someone messed up, so they're going to take these off and they're going to do it soon. In fact, you've got until Monday to get those creatures off Aberration, or else they'll be wiped. I kind of know how this works. They'll put in a code that will literally just make all of these R variant creatures disappear. But of course that does mean anything not on this list will still be okay and will still be allowed on Aberration. But your Gigas, nah. Your Thylas, nah. Get them off quick before Monday if you don't want to lose them. So a question was asked to said the lead community manager, the big dog in Wildcard, on what's going on with events. And we're going to find out this crunch, this Friday, Saturday, depending on your time zone, on the next event. Now we all know it's more than likely the ARK anniversary event. A lot of you came to me to let me know that anniversary dodos are now around on maps. What's going on? Well, shout out to Mitt Gaming, he did a video on this explaining how and what is going on with this anniversary event. I don't think we're technically meant to be having this event, but some code obviously slipped through with the Genesis Part 2 update, meaning you can find and harvest party dodos, wearing of course the party hat, getting your cake slices and crafting the party Rex chibi, as well as the party hats, the birthday skins, and possibly the cake. Of course, this isn't meant to be here. I don't think this is the full version of the event. I think maybe This was just some loose code that slipped through, and you can at least take some advantage of this until the actual anniversary event drops. But this is exactly the anniversary event we got last year. I did a guide on that actually, go check it out, I'll leave a link in the description. So I'm going to guess this is pre-code in anticipation of this new anniversary event, where we're going to get some new stuff. We'll see, we'll find out in just a few days. So something I overlooked in my previous news video, that TLC creatures are coming. If you didn't catch that, go check it out, where I went through all of the notes in the community crunch. And what I did overlook in the excitement of a new map is TLC patches. We are going to get TLC 4 at some point this year, which is a big deal. I did a video on the top 10 creatures you want to get some TLC love a few weeks ago. And I know the devs have watched this and used this as feedback for the next TLC. This could be the video that makes a difference to the TLC changes we're going to see this year in the TLC 4 update. If you've not seen this video, go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description on the changes that you want to happen to these creatures, and they might be coming, at least one or two of them maybe. Let's wait and see and find out, fingers crossed. Another big one that I forgot to mention is with this new map that I reported last week that's coming out this year, it looks like we're going to get a new creature. In a reply to Dodo Dex, said the main man replied with the words, "I wonder if we'll get a new dino too." And we have, for every new map that's come to ARK, bar maybe the center, there's been a new creature, there's been a new addition to the roster. Looking at things like the Griffin, the Wyvern Variants, the Tropio, the Deinonychus, there's been new additions. So what is the new creature we're going to get with this new map? Now it could be a while off. I did say Gen 2 has only just come out. It's more than likely going to be towards the end of summer, maybe autumn, until we get any real news about what this is. But it's coming. There's going to be a new map and a new creature and TLC stuff in the coming months. And that about wraps it up, but I'll leave you with a link to HD Gaming and his take on the canoe mission in ARK Genesis Part 2. Go watch it, I'll leave a link in the description, as it's a very funny take on everything worth thinking when doing this mission. I won't say any more, I won't spoil it for you, but if you've done the canoe mission, you will want to watch this video and join HD Gaming in the frustration. Thanks all for watching, I hope you enjoyed this. Comment below if you did. Did this new patch change your breeding timers? Are you now going to get some beehives and now use the honey as per the taming tips I've told you to use with that honey? My name's Ross Clark, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, peace out.